Hello, my name is Grayson Cowan. This is my first discussion prompt for exam number 3, and I'm going to discuss poverty and how it relates to population growth, vulnerability to hazards, and environmental degradation, and should the government and/or private organizations help reduce poverty, and how will they do that? So, poverty is honestly a growing deal in the United States, especially since the rise of COVID-19 and many people lost their jobs through COVID because many companies shut down, such as small businesses. Many people went bankrupt because of that. And I think it does correlate to population growth to an extent, but with that, I think the higher our population gets, the higher the amount of people will be in poverty, even though it seems that our percentage of people and are in poverty or who are less fortunate, like what we are, able to go to school and go to college and get a higher education, as many people have to go straight to work out of high school if they even get to finish high school because of the state their family is in. And it's pretty sad to think about, honestly, because I've been really fortunate to be able to get to where I am today. And that's because I have a stable family that is stable in all these areas. But with that, with population growth, I think we are more vulnerable to hazards and environmental degradation, because with that, there are many more hazards, from more pollution to more waste that we are creating through the air, and from the byproducts we were using and having to throw out or use more petroleum and gas to fuel our cars to get from point A to point B. And I think that to an extent also degrades our environment from the fracking and oil standpoint, because with that, to frack and drill oil, it takes quite a bit of land, and it's not very good for the environment, as you have to clear out a whole pad for that rig to sit on, and there's chemicals spilt all over the ground, even though there are fines and penalties if stuff is spilt. But coming from Midland, Texas, I understand that not everything that is spilt is properly talked about or cleaned up and told to the safety people who will clean up that waste. But that goes right back to our environmental degradation, because these plots of land that are being cleared is destroying habitat for the organisms that live in that area. And I do think that our government should help reduce poverty, and I think there's even private organizations that are already doing more than what our government does, from food banks to the Salvation Army that provides meals for families and help them even just get clothes for their children and for the parents. But I think there is a better way to go about it through the government, as I think having people on drug tests to collect welfare, and I think welfare is a good idea to an extent, but there are many times where it is taken advantage of, and I think we need to control that. And that is my discussion over exam 3. Thank you.